Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into a really interesting bunch of articles you sent over, all about those, slightly weird things our bodies do every day.
Yeah, these sources are great. You've given us a lot to chew on, from getting totally hangry to text neck, which I
Well,
think I might have right now.
me too, probably.
Right. And then brain freeze, that morning zombie feeling,
Yeah.
and even why our fingers get wrinkly in the bath. Prune fingers.
Exactly. It's like getting a peek under the hood, isn't it? So today we're going to try and unpack the science behind these things you experience. Hopefully you'll get a clearer picture and maybe, some useful tips.
Sound good.
So where do we start? I was thinking maybe that feeling when you haven't eaten and suddenly everyone is really annoying. Hanger.
A hanger, yes. Definitely relatable, I think you'd agree. And the sources nail the definition. That lovely mix of hungry and angry is not just in your head either. There's actual biology going on.
Okay, let's break it down. The articles talk a lot about blood sugar. Our brain runs on glucose, right? Like it's premium fuel.
Totally. Especially the prefrontal cortex, that's your sort of decision-making, impulse control area.
Right. So when the fuel light comes on, glucose gets low.
Yeah,
That part of the brain just kind of checks out.
pretty much. It
Yeah.
goes a bit offline, yeah. Which can make you more impulsive, more irritable.
Mm.
But it's not just the lack of fuel. Your body also starts pumping out stress hormones.
Like cortisol and adrenaline.
Exactly. It's like a code red signal.
Yeah.
Your body's basically yelling, feed me now. Very primal stuff.
And then there's ghrelin, the hunger hormone. Apparently, it doesn't just politely ask for food. It like slams the stress signals into overdrive.
Yeah, it really amplifies things.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating how it all connects. Low blood sugar triggers stress, ghrelin ramps it up,
Mm-hmm.
and the sources also mention serotonin.
The mood chemical.
Right, serotonin levels can dip when you're hungry, which just adds to the grumpiness. It's a kind of a perfect storm.
Wow. So it really stacks up. I saw one article mention a study where low blood sugar made people see others more negatively, like rating strangers as judgmental.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? You're not just feeling bad, you're projecting it outwards. Really shows how basic that need for stable blood sugar is, even for just, getting along with people.
It does. But it also says not everyone turns into a complete monster, right? It varies.
Oh, for sure. There are definitely individual differences. Genetics, your metabolism, even just your normal eating habits. It all plays a part.
Like the chronic meal skipper. Their body might be more used to those big swings, so the stress response is bigger.
Exactly. So, okay, what can you actually do about it? The articles had some decent tips.
Yeah, smart snacking seems key, like protein and fiber, almonds, yogurt, stuff that gives sustained energy.
Right, not a candy bar. It just gives you that sugar rush, and then the Hulk smash mood plunge, as one source put it.
Huh. Love that. And hydration, too. Sometimes thirst feels like hunger. Oh, and just taking deep breaths. Can that really help?
Apparently so.
Oh.
Helps manage the cortisol. And, maybe just recognizing how ridiculous it is to be that angry about food.
Yeah, laugh it off a bit. It's all framed as this, like, evolutionary thing, isn't it? Caveman brain freaking out.
Totally. It's biology, not a character flaw. So maybe grab some nuts before you yell at someone.
Good advice. Okay, shall we pivot to another modern issue? Something probably affecting you right now if you're looking down at your phone.
Yeah.
Text neck.
Ugh. Text neck. Yes. The modern slouch.
Mhm.
The articles compared it to a 90s boy band pose, which is depressingly accurate.
It really is. So what's actually happening there physically? The sources got into the mechanics.
Yeah, so your head weighs, about 10 pounds normally? Like a small chihuahua, apparently.
Okay.
But tilt it forward to stare at your screen, and the strain on your neck muscles skyrockets. For every inch you tilt forward, the stress basically doubles.
Bubbles. Wow.
Yeah, until at like a 60-degree angle, it's putting 60 pounds of force on your neck, like a bulldog hanging off your head.
60 pounds. That's insane. And it's not just muscles, is it? It affects ligaments, vertebrae.
Right. You get strain, flattening. It's just not good long term. Leads to stiffness, headaches, that classic rounded posture.
It's funny, one article mentioned how we evolved to be upright, and now we're all choosing this shrimp mode.
Shrimp mode, perfect. It really is an evolutionary mismatch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our brains are getting those little dopamine hits from the phone.
Yeah, the likes, the scrolling.
And they're just totally ignoring the neck, screaming for help. There's definitely a psychological thing going on, too.
For sure. We're just zoned in. One source even mentioned the hunch and filter look becoming a trend, and everyone wearing turtlenecks on Zoom.
Huh. Yeah, hiding the evidence. But it's serious, too, that constant slouching can even compress your lungs a bit. affect your breathing.
Okay, we get it. It's bad. So how do you fix it? What's the advice?
Well, the obvious one, lift your phone up, eye level. It feels weird at first, but it helps.
Simple but effective.
Yeah. And stretches chin tucks, shoulder rolls, also strengthening your posture muscles. Back,
Yeah.
shoulders. Think planks, rows, yoga.
Makes sense. Build up the support system. I like the idea of a slouch alarm.
Me too. Just a little reminder to sit up straight. It really drives home that good posture isn't just vanity, it's actual health.
Definitely. Okay, from that slow creep of bad posture to something super sudden. Brain freeze.
Ah, the ice cream headache. That instant agony after a cold sipper bite. One source called it the ice cream chainsaw massacre in your head.
So dramatic, but it feels like that sometimes. What's the actual mechanism? Why does it happen to you?
It's all about blood vessels in the roof of your mouth. The cold hits, they constrict really fast, clamp down to save heat.
Okay.
Then almost immediately, they open back up, dilate rapidly. That quick change irritates a big nerve called the trigeminal nerve.
Trigemin, okay, got it. And that nerve sends the pain signal.
Bingo. Sends a Houston, we have a problem signal straight to the brain, which interprets it as pain, usually felt in the forehead.
So the brain gets confused by the sudden temperature shift? Thinks it's under attack from a smoothie.
Pretty much. The fancy name is sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia. Good luck with that one.
Pheno. Yeah, not gonna try.
But yeah, one article made the point that it's kind of an outdated defense mechanism, isn't it? Like, maybe useful if you were actually licking a glacier.
Right. But
Yeah.
maybe less useful for a Slurpee.
Exactly. Our bodies haven't quite caught up to modern processed foods.
So why do some people get it worse than others? Or not at all? Does it depend on how you eat?
Yeah, seems like a few things matter. Eating or drinking too fast is a big trigger. Doesn't give your mouth time to adjust.
Guilty.
And some people might just have more sensitive nerves. Then there's the lucky few, maybe 20%, who barely ever get it. The brain freeze mutants.
I want to be one of them. So for the rest of us, how do you avoid it? Or make it stop?
Slow down. That's the main thing. Savor the cold thing. Don't inhale it.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True. You can also try warming the roof of your mouth with your tongue. That can sometimes help counteract the cold shock. Or, just suffer through it. Build character.
Huh. The stoic approach. But there's a silver lining, right? The articles mention one.
Yeah, kind of. It means your nervous system is working. It's trying to protect you. Plus, you get to try and say sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia.
Small victories. Okay, so it's just a little tax on the joy of ice cream. A reminder to slow down.
Exactly. Now, from that sharp shock to more of a slow, groggy start, let's talk about sleep drunkenness.
Oh, that zombie feeling when you wake up but your brain clearly hasn't, like wading through treacle trying to make coffee.
Right, sleep drunkenness or sleep inertia. It's that groggy, maybe confused state right after waking. And the sources explain it's because your brain wakes up in stages.
So parts are still asleep?
Kinda. Your prefrontal cortex, the CEO part, again, is slow to boot up.
Mm-hmm.
But other bits, like the amygdala, your emotional center, might be more awake, leading to interesting results.
Like feeling grumpy and clumsy. One article said it's like trying to drive a car with the parking brake on.
That's a great analogy. Your motor skills aren't quite online yet, and hormones are involved too. Well, you might still have melatonin, the sleep hormone, floating around. And cortisol, the get-up-and-go hormone, hasn't properly kicked in yet.
Oh, okay. And being sleep deprived makes it worse, I assume?
Definitely. If you're already running on empty, that grogginess can last a lot longer.
And the snooze button, my nemesis. Does hitting it actually make things worse for you?
It really seems to, yeah. Each time you drift back off, you're potentially starting a new sleep cycle you can't finish. So you keep waking up from a light, unrefreshing stage. It messes with the whole process.
It feels so good in the moment, though. It's just so different from how we probably evolved to wake up, isn't it? Like with sunlight, gradually.
Totally. Jarring alarms are pretty unnatural, really. Our bodies are probably still expecting that gentle sunrise cue.
Makes sense. Does it vary much between people, like night owls versus early birds?
Yeah, sources say night owls tend to have it rougher with sleep inertia. And again, your overall sleep debt is a big factor. And yeah, the snooze habit definitely doesn't help anyone.
Okay, I'll try to quit snooze. So what can you do to fight the zombie mode? What's the survival guide?
Well, first step, sadly, is ditching the snooze. Just rip off the Band-Aid.
Ouch. Okay. What else?
Drink water right away, get some sunlight, open the curtains, or use one of those light therapy lamps if it's dark.
Okay, light exposure. Makes sense.
Gentle movement helps too. Just shuffling around, the zombie shuffle, can start waking up your body and brain.
Right.
And maybe Find the humor in it. Name your groggy alter ego.
Huh, maybe. But is there any upside to this grogginess? Like, what's the body trying to achieve?
Well, you could see it as your brain saying, hey, I was busy doing important sleep stuff. Give me a minute. It prioritizes that deep restorative sleep.
Okay, fair enough. And the articles mention people doing weird things in this state, like salt in coffee.
Yeah, or texting an ex. Apparently, judgment isn't fully online yet, so maybe keep your phone away for the first few minutes.
Good tip. So really, it's about getting enough sleep and respecting that wake-up transition. Working with your inner caveman, not against him.
Precisely.
Mhm.
Okay, last one. Let's get wrinkly. Prune fingers. What's the deal there? You ever stare at your hands after a long bath and wonder?
Totally. It's weird, isn't it? You go from normal skin to looking like a dried fruit. It feels like something passive is happening, like water just soaking in.
Right, that's what most people assume, just osmosis. But the articles explain it's actually an active process. Your autonomic nervous system is doing it on purpose.
Really? No.
It causes the blood vessels in your fingertips and toes to constrict, to narrow. That makes the skin volume decrease slightly underneath, and the outer layer folds and wrinkles.
Whoa, so my nervous system is deliberately giving me prune fingers. Why would it do that for you?
The main theory is grip. It's called the grip theory.
Yeah.
Those wrinkles act like treads on a tire.
Like tire treads.
Yeah, they channel water away, supposedly giving you a better grip on wet surfaces or objects. Think ancestors grabbing wet rocks or tools, or maybe slippery fish by the river.
Huh. Or just trying not to drop the soap in the shower.
Exactly. The modern-day equivalent. So it might actually be functional, even if we don't notice it much.
That's wild. So it's an evolutionary adaptation for wet conditions. And that's why it's mostly hands and feet.
Seems so. Thicker skin there, lots of nerve endings involved in controlling this response.
And there was something about nerve damage. If you don't get prune fingers, it could be a sign of something.
Yeah, it was fascinating. Since it's controlled by the autonomic nerves, if those nerves are damaged, the wrinkling response might not happen. So it can actually be a diagnostic clue sometimes.
Mind blown. From prune fingers to nerve diagnostics. It feels kind of funny, though, having this ancient grip-enhancing feature in our world of, like, moisturizers and bubble baths.
It does seem a bit out of place sometimes, doesn't it? The articles had some funny ideas for fighting back, like obsessive moisturizing or just avoiding water altogether.
Probably not practical.
No. So maybe the best approach is just to embrace the raisin life, as one source put it.
Wear your wrinkles like a badge of honor. Proof you're related to those fish-grabbing ancestors.
Exactly. See it as a little nod to your evolutionary past next time you're in the tub.
Well, this has been really interesting. We've gone from hanger rage to prune fingers, all thanks to the articles you shared. It really highlights how our bodies have these complex, sometimes weird reactions going on under the surface.
Definitely. Text neck, brain freeze, sleep inertia. They're not just random quirks. There's real biology, often with roots deep in our evolution. Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. What other everyday things that happen to you have these kinds of hidden stories?
Yeah, what else is our body doing automatically that has a surprising explanation? Something to ponder.
A great thought to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into our slightly strange biology. Keep those questions and interesting articles coming. Until next time on The Deep Dive.